questions from Monday's class? And everybody kind of understood where I went with it? Now, I actually got a lot of emails from you guys. I did. I got a lot. So really, thank you for sharing. I'm going to make this a separate topic for a podcast that I'm going to do. So on Friday, I'm going to record not a podcast, but a video podcast. And it's going to be me and somebody else about this topic, because this is a huge topic. Okay. This is not a small topic. Like what I'm trying to do in an hour is like, I mean, it's almost maybe absurd, but I'm giving you guys some leeway into how I train myself, and how all my training has shaped me. So just be patient with it. I know maybe there's some loose ends that don't make sense for some of you, but I will maybe just say this for now, and then I'll let you listen to the because I just want you to make sure you got a good framework. If you had to train somebody, not to be scared of something. So you see that most people get their driver's license, and it's defensive driving that they study. They go to driving school and they just tell them, be careful, follow the rules. You know, it's always, everything is like simple and fear-based. Be a good driver, follow the rules, careful of the ice, watch the snow, stop, watch for school zones. Everything is very defensive. But then on the opposite end, so people that start driving tend to have a lot of fear, right? There's a lot of fear-based. But what if you were an F1 Formula One driver? So now you love racing, right? You love it. Like, so you don't, if I had to train you as an F1 race car driver, I need you to be comfortable driving. I don't need you to be scared. I need you to go 200 kilometers an hour into a turn and relax, so that you can pass somebody. You're not just going that speed. You actually have to do something at that speed, right? If I had to train you as in knife fighting, I don't want to scare you, like, and just for the sake of simplicity, because I can just teach you the very basics and I can be on my way. I'd sooner train you guys like surgeons or chefs, that people that love to cut. They're not animals. They're trying to save somebody's life, and they're trying to feed somebody. So how would I do that? If I wanted to teach you knife fighting as a love, as something that you will totally enjoy, that you won't hate, that you won't despise, but you actually see that there's an art to using a blade. It's not just animalistic, right? It's not just barbaric. There's much different versions of that, right? Does that make sense to everybody?
Totally.
And yeah, and remember, and also, we're not training for something specific right now. We're just training as a knife as a whole. So why would we dumb it down to something as a knife attack, a one linear knife attack? Let's look at it as a big picture first. And then as your lives materialize, you'll find a place for it somehow, right? Because I train everybody from just ordinary people, like many of you here, to professional security guards that deal with this all the time. Like I teach both comfortably, and it's always with the same format. Everybody will take what they want from it depending on their life. I mean, it means more to some people than others, right? But we all see the value in it. We all carry a knife. We all have to cut our food with it. I mean, we all use it somehow. I mean, regardless how we do it. Some more than others. That's all. Make sense? So today we'll cover off some of the stuff we did, and then we're going to show you with some leg work as well, because it has very similar applications. And then, because I find when you have a knife, punching or using your hands becomes secondary. They're kind of occupied with something. So people tend to usually want to kick. And when you're faced with a knife, using kicking applications is also good, because the shoes kind of protect your foot a little bit. And the fact that you want distance. Nobody wants to get close to a guy with a knife. They usually want distance. So they try to usually kick them away so that they can run or create some space so that they're not so close, right? So legs and knife tend to kind of go. I know it seems kind of weird, but it's like carrot and peas and stuff like that. They tend to somehow go with each other, okay? So grab your knife, okay? Just have it close. You don't have to actually have it in your hand. Just have it kind of close. Everybody can hear me okay? You're good?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I'm just going to mute everybody so I don't get any crosstalk. And you can be seated for now. That's fine. And just put your knife down close to you and leave it. Okay. Just put it on the ground and just forget about it for a second. And just take a quick moment I mean, I don't care. You can sit or stand. It's wherever you feel comfortable, right? And just kind of, as you're breathing now, just breathe a little bit and kind of feel your body, I guess, kind of not just your breathing, but kind of feel relaxed. Just feel how your body feels today. So it's kind of like a benchmark of some sort, like zeroing yourself out, feeling how the body feels. And when you feel that I mean, you found that level point, like when you feel like, when I'm telling you guys like this stuff, it's like this for me. Inside myself, I'm trying to find the balance point. Like I'm trying to find where I found my breathing and I found my body, and they both balance. Like the body or the breathing are kind of off, right? So you find your balance point, and then when you feel ready, pick up the knife and see what changed in you when you picked it up. See, did anything change? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Did it change? If nothing changed, great. If something changed, it's okay. There's nothing wrong with that, right? Just grab it and then put it down again. Relax yourself. Pick it up again, and feel, did anything change? Because this is such an important skill with everything you do, food you eat, things you read. Like after I finished reading a good book, I put it down and I ask myself, did something change in me? Did like, it's so important to know the effect of what you eat, what you do, what you say, what you hear, how it affects you, right? Even something as simple as picking up a knife, you should feel even the slightest difference in yourself, you should detect it. And I'm showing you now with a knife, of course, but tomorrow you can do it with your coffee or with your tea. You can do it with things you read, people you interact with. Hi, Lindsay. Very good, guys. Good, good. Just so you feel it, right? Now, sometimes I'll lay out a few different types of knives, and meaning maybe like a folder knife I have, or a hunting knife I have, or different styles of knife. And sometimes you could even feel the difference in the style of knife, not just comfort, but you can feel that one is a little bit more for like utility, like working around the house, or if you pick up like a bread knife, you can feel that it's not really a weapon, it's more like for utility. And you pick up like a real like hunting knife, you say, oh yeah, okay, this is for business, right? This is for something. You can sometimes feel the intention, or what that knife was made for, if you're in tuned enough with the senses, right? Remember, this is real high level stuff, right? You can, you've seen somebody tasting wine. They can, a really good connoisseur can taste all that went into that wine, right? Or a good chef can taste all the spices. I'm not there. It just tastes good. Like it's for me, it's, like that's the extent of my critical feedback for food. But some people can really dig into how it was made, and I think all of you can taste homemade food, right? You can almost, I mean, come on, so we have an ability to get very diverse with some things, and we just need to reawaken that skill set with everything that we do, right? Not just, so this, in this case, it's a knife, right? So now you're going to hold the knife. So hold the knife. So now you're holding it, right? And now we'll start to do some kind of, I guess, movement or breathing exercises with the knife, right? So stay still, right? Hold the knife still. And as you breathe in, you should, of course, you feel the body rise, and it should move the knife a little bit. And as you breathe out, it's like you're trying to bring the rhythm of your breath with the rhythm of the weapon. Like it's really at the same harmony. I'm not pushing it out. I'm simply, as I breathe in, my whole body moves and it takes the hand and knife with it. And as it breathes out, it goes down. So you sync up the whole body with the breathing, so that when I fill up, my body moves, including the arm and the knife. And as I breathe out and it goes in, including the knife and the arm, follow me. So everything is in sync with each other. Sometimes if you have like a very powerful knife, a serious knife or powerful knife, it can even give you energy like this. You know, if it's powerful enough, it can really give you energy. Um, and then if you're also quite powerful, you can give the power to the weapon as well. Like both can feed each other. Like any situation too. A situation, you can give the situation power, or you can take power from the situation. It's okay to feel the movement. It's okay to feel the rise and the fall, the kind of motion, the wave-like motion that happens here, right? Great, guys. Very good. Okay. Now, just you can switch hands. If you didn't switch, try with the other hand. It's nice to do both. You will obviously feel it better with your dominant hand, but it's really good to work with your off hand. It's a good chance too. Sometimes we feel things different in left to right as well. So try the same with your other hand. When you do these exercises, guys, you're inserting your control over the weapon. You don't allow it to control you. You control it. You know, you really remember this. You always have to keep this. You control that thing. Nice, Lindsay. Nice. Awesome, guys. Good. Just talk to me if you need. How did that feel? Did you feel you could connect? Could you feel that you could have a conversation from here to here, like from yourself to the knife? It's like this is the conversation. It's going this way. It's almost like a monologue going that way. I'm talking to you. You're part of me. So as I breathe, the knife follows the body's. Did you feel that or no? Could you feel it? Okay. Now I want you to put your lungs like what you have here, here. Okay. So the lungs are now here. So when I breathe, like, so you inhale, you move the knife. It doesn't have to be the tip. It can be any part. You move the knife in one direction. You exhale, you move it in another direction. It doesn't matter where. But it's like the lungs. Inhale, they exhale. Inhale, they exhale. It's nice if you go the opposite, but you'll feel it a little bit better. So if I inhale, I go up. I exhale, I go down. If I inhale, I go left. Exhale, I go right. Inhale, I go forward. Exhale, I go back. Like just see how put all your attention and your focus exactly towards the knife. And it's okay if you're seated right now, guys. It's fine. If you're standing, just stay still. I don't want to activate your feet yet. It's strictly your arm now. Yeah, you can switch the hand. Keep doing this, but stand up now. Keep doing, but just stand up, but still. Stand up. Keep your feet in the same spot, but as you move the knife from the inhale to one side to the other, allow the whole body to move. Just the feet stay still. So you can move with the hips or sway to the one side. So feel how when you move the knife to one side of the body, you take everything but the feet. Everything moves to the other side. So try to feel your whole body with this movements. You feel your knees, your hips, your back, your shoulder. Like inhale, go to one side, just your feet stayed still. Exhale, go to the other side. And allow the knife to just kind of move around with the breath. Don't just move it mindlessly. Inhale and exhale are where the life is. Nice, Miro. That's it. That's it, Jill. Nice, Lindsay. Nice, nice. Okay, guys, stop for a sec. Come close a little bit. So you can see the effects with the knife with you guys, okay? You can see it. It's like there's a tightness in the knees and the back and the hip, that area when you're working. The upper body's okay, but then the legs not so fluid, right? So watch me for a sec. So as I'm here, right, you see lots of you doing stuff like that, but what you need is see the legs can become, so just see if I can show you my legs here. So my feet are in the same spot, but my knees right away can move. Inhale, exhale, inhale. They go forward, they go backwards. They go forward, they go backwards. They go left, they go right. So the movement of the knife and the breath affects the whole body but the feet, just not the feet yet. Allow, like the whole body to move, okay? Not just the arm, okay? Try it again. Try it again. Allow the whole body to move. Much better, much better. Awesome, guys. Come close for a second. Okay. How did that feel? Did you feel anything different here? Unmute yourself if you want to talk to me, guys. I don't want to just unmute everybody, but how did that feel? Did it feel good? How did you feel about the knife when you allowed the whole body to kind of go? Was anything different?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want me to try?
Talk about
Yeah.
it.
So what's nice is what I'm what I was focusing on was the inhale is where I bring it up, and the exhale, my weight brings the knife down. So you feel a lot more control with it. So, and then your whole body using your weight to control the knife as opposed to your arm and muscles. That's what I really liked.
You being outside, you take so much energy from the air, right? It's cold, and it's so, like, you see how you want to move, and you feel
you have to move.
You feel how the body now it needs to move for warmth, right?
Yeah.
It's hard to stay still. So when we stay still, see the problem? We don't have that stimulus, right?
Yeah.
Good, awesome. Anybody else, guys? Anybody else? You don't have to. Even if you feel something to say, it's fine. So
I feel more.
Yes. Go ahead, Jill. You there, Jill?
I feel more joy. I feel more joy when it's like my whole body.
Guys, listen. I will tell you from a teacher's perspective. When I watch you work, when I watch you fight or anything, if I'm a musician, I want to see you. I want to see not your worries. I want to see your freedom. I want to see your creativity, your artwork. If I'm watching a musician play, I don't want to see that he is unsure or nervous to be on stage. I want the guy to be relaxed on stage, and being his personality. If you're going to fight, guys, you can't fight as somebody else. You have to fight as you. The closer you get to serious death or serious situations, you better be free. You need to be free to fight and do whatever you need to do at that moment, not to be able judging yourself. Don't judge yourself. That's what I love about old people. They say whatever's on their mind. They don't have much time to live. They tell everybody to go to hell. Screw you, screw you, screw you. And I love them. We don't have to go that far, but we can build into our fighting. If I'm going to work with a knife, I want to feel free. I don't want to feel trapped. I don't want to feel embarrassed. I want to feel free to do whatever I want to do, right? And that's big deal for our life, guys. This is the real caveat in the life. There's two ways of looking at it. You can say to yourself, "Oh, holy shit," or you can say, "Oh, like it's so bad," or "It's so good." Oh, nobody cares about me, the sad version. Or nobody cares about me. Great. You don't have to care. You can have both sides are beneficial for you. You can say, "Oh my God, it's a knife." Or you can say, "Hey, I got a knife." And everybody's happy, right? I want you to feel free when you're working with this thing, not feel worried. I don't need to see the worried version. I need to see the free version, right? So now when you do this movement, inhale, exhale, now feel free to take some steps. Feel free to take some steps and move around the room a little bit. Go. Let me see your freedom. Don't show me your worries. Show me how free you are with the knife. This is the most powerful part. Awesome, guys. Good. Come around for a second. So some mindset things that might give you some ideas. So when I study like this, these are big movements. I want everybody to watch them. I'm not trying to hide it. If I'm a musician, this is my solo. Like, I want everybody to hear this guitar, okay? So I'm not trying to be stealthy or coy or tricky. I want everybody to know I have a knife and I want to consider 360 degrees around me. So I want to imagine protecting myself with a weapon all around me, above, below, in the biggest space I can around me, right? So I really want this to be flamboyant. Think of a peacock. You know, there's nothing shy about a peacock. It wants you to show it's the most beautiful thing in the thing. When I start to move my knife, just watch me for a second, okay? I study how to pass it from one hand to the other, and I study how to protect myself all around, up and down and left and right. So just watch me for a second. So there's a movement here, a movement there, a movement behind me, in front of me, behind me, in front of me, behind me, side, left and right. So I start to make these kind of like almost figure eight movements. And look how I can pass the knife from one hand to the other hand, one hand to the other hand. And you make these big, it's like I want a crowd to spread out. I don't want, if you do this in a crowd, if people are going to back up, okay? There's no doubt, okay? So imagine like you want a crowd to spread out, okay? So it works at Walmart too. It works really good at Walmart if it's still open. So I want you to imagine spreading out a group, okay? Really allow this knife to go crazy, right? Go ahead, try it. Try it. Alberto, with that knife, people are going to be running out of the building, not out of the room, out of the building. Nice, Aram. Nice, nice, nice. That's it. Feel free, guys. It's like you want to show everybody you have a knife and you want everybody to back away. Dorothy, really good. That's it. That's it. Feel free to cut your significant other there. No one will know. Yeah, there it is. See, I knew you couldn't resist. Eddie, really nice. Alberto, excellent. Michael, really good too. Miro, go around your head. Go around your head sometimes. Behind you, yeah. Yeah, that's it. Feel all the movements. Keep working, guys. If you can, if you feel, try to close your eyes. Feel the movement. Sometimes feel your movements. Yeah. You see, sometimes with your eyes closed, you feel even that much freer. You feel the body's not so subconscious. Nice. Aram, that looks great. That looks great. Jill, it looks great. See how you reach the end of the movement there? Say you reach the end of the movement, relax your shoulder and let it start another movement. Don't let it stop. Just don't let the movement, don't let it stop. Like let it, yeah, exactly, exactly. More like a loop. So it doesn't stop. Awesome, guys. Come around for a sec. Okay. Unmute yourself for a second if you want. How did that feel? Because it really looked great. Big difference now when you let yourself go more, right? You let yourself go, and you're going to learn a whole lot more like that. You're not playing it so safe, right? You're letting things go a little bit more. Did you feel that? Yeah. When you let things go, you find there's more of an expression. You know, like when you watch a musician that is not trying to impress a crowd. He's just trying to really find a new sound or something. You're on that edge. Yeah, go ahead, Jaker. The question? You got to unmute, Jake. Rob, you keep moving to keep warm, man. Anyway, well, hold on. Everybody's watching Jake struggle now.
There it is.
There it is. There you go.
It's like you're fully committed to the movement.
Yeah, there's no hold. Actually, I didn't even think about did you notice that at certain speed you can't think? It's just
No.
happening. That's amazing, because if you don't know what you're doing, there's no way the other guy gonna know what you're doing. That's your defense right now. Because people always trying to plan like for stuff. When you're so free that you're so spontaneous, nobody can adapt to that. It's just not possible. That's why the most unpredictable people are the hardest ones to fight. You know, I'm not worried about a professional knife fighter. It's the guy that's very ignorant with the knife is the one that I'm worried about, because unpredictable. He doesn't know he's a danger to himself. He's a danger to other people. He's a danger to everybody. That's the hack is the one. You know, I'm not worried about a professional race car driver. He's probably going to make it. But the drunk who doesn't know how to completely out of control is the one that's going to kill everybody, right? That's a big deal. Aram, how did that feel? It looked really good when you were moving.
Thank you. Yeah, it felt great. It was, it felt like, I'll tell you what it felt like. It felt like wherever I was sending the knife, it was the right place to go. My body was letting it go to the right place. As soon as I felt like I changed direction in the wrong direction, I felt the tension come right up right away. So then I knew, okay, that's not, you have to go with where it's feeling. So you're right. If you start to think about it, there's no way your brain can keep up.
No, you can't keep up. At speed,
You can't keep up.
No, and that's the trick here, guys. Yeah, go ahead, Lindsay, go ahead.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
the emotion, the freedom was so good for me. Today I'm a little bit angry, not gonna lie, and this was really great because I was able to kind of transform the energy into just getting it out, and it was just flowing, man. I don't know, anger is not really my thing, but if I can feel it and use it in a different way, it served really well.
Yeah, I'm not good. See, I'm really good at fighting, but I really don't like it. I have the same problem. I can't stand it, to be honest with you, because at the core of it, I'm such a reasonable guy. If I do something wrong, I say I'm sorry. But but sometimes it goes down that road. Anger is not for everybody, but it is really good training when you're angry. Believe me, it's really good. You learn how to control yourself at a different level. Did you guys notice that if the knife got with enough speed and you were free enough, the legs became free? So one telltale sign that you're scared is that your legs get heavy. That's the one thing. The legs get heavy. Legs get grounded because they're scared. They're preparing to run or jump or do something. So when I start really swinging this knife, it kind of off balances me. Like it sounds kind of weird. It kind of off balances me, right? So I want you to try the same thing now on one. Aram is doing it now. Do it, man. Watch. He's doing it right now. He's on one leg. Start to move your leg. Yeah. So see how he's pivoting on one leg, right? The leg that's in the air will be the leg that you'll kick with, but it's not necessary right now. Like he's just showing off, but it's good. You could help it. It's the best. So when you're on one leg, right? If that leg is free, it can kick. If it's free. If it's stiff, it's hard to kick, right? It's like throwing a ball. If your arm is relaxed, you can throw it quite far, right? So as you're moving the knife now, so Aram, try it again. One leg, balance yourself, right? And look how that leg, so as the knife starts to go, if you can kick and stab, try it. There you go. So now you have two options. You can kick or you can stab, whichever feels like it. Sometimes I stab and then right after I want to kick, right? So everybody stand up, get on one leg, and start to move the knife and watch the effects on the leg that's in the air. Watch the effects, because that knife will affect the free leg. Lindsay, that's it, sweet. That's it. You got it. Let that leg go. Just don't cut your leg, guys. I've seen this before. And you don't feel obligated. You can make a step. You can take a step, cut a little bit, take another step. It doesn't have to be the same. It doesn't have to be the same leg that's in the air. Alberto, that looks so good. So good. Jill, follow along with me for a second, okay? Go up on one leg, lift, right? Now start to make some motions with the knife, okay? And let those motions affect that leg. Let them copy. There you go. Now you're connected. Whatever that arm does affects that free leg. It's all connected. That's it. Perfect. Perfect. Jake, you're really good.
We
Dorothy,
need a bigger room.
it's okay. It's okay. Feel free to kick them. It's fine. You don't need, so I'm going to show you a more confined version of this. Don't worry. This is like a flamboyant version. Don't worry. Could you see some of the stuff I was saying? Yeah, you have to do that. That's how it's going to be. Awesome, guys. Come around for a sec. Just watch some small mistakes. Some small, nothing major. It's some small. So do you notice how when you kick, you seem to almost lose the knife a little bit when you put a focus on the kick. When there's a, when you're cutting, you see nice and smooth motions. Let's see if I can get my leg in the picture here. You see nice smooth motions. And then when you kick, there's like this stop for a second, right? When you kick, you have to figure out how to kind of keep the leg always in motion. So just watch my knife in my leg. It's like, very free. Legs really, really free. Always, my legs are light, and my knife. So I kick, I cut, I kick, I cut, and I'm always trying to kind of move with them. What do you see? How does it look? Too much? You see how my legs, and it's not even necessary. Now you're gonna put the knife down for a second and just watch me first. So I'm gonna have my hands, but I wanna imagine like my hands like two knives. So I'm gonna, sounds weird, but I'm gonna imagine like two knives. And as I start to kind of move, it's like I'm cutting, I'm kicking, I'm cutting, kick, cut. And it's like I'm starting to kind of move. So even though I don't have a weapon, a knife in my hand, I'm making the idea of it. And I'm trying to move when I don't have a weapon like I have a weapon, okay? So if you don't have a gun in a gunfight, you have to show somebody that maybe you do. But if you don't have it, you have to at least have the idea of it, okay? So make your hands like this. Try to imagine them like two knives and start to move now without the knife. Go, start to move around, be free. Yeah, kick, cut with your hands. And what you'll notice, maybe you feel more relaxed now. Something maybe changed in you, I don't know. Look at you, Aram. Awesome. Very good. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Miro, that's it. Really move the chest. Lighten up the chest, the back, the hips. That's it. Jill, you have a question?
Yeah, I just feel like we've added so much on that I'm thinking too much. I don't know.
It's okay.
I don't know how to do all the things and not think about it at the same time.
You can think about it now. It's fine. You can think about it. Fine. You'll find it. Guys, come around. How does it, did you feel, do you feel freer without the knife?
Yeah.
You should, guys. You should feel freer without the knife.
Yeah.
So your trick now, your training should be that you feel this way with the knife. You feel this free. You didn't feel a burden with the weapon. It completely freed you, okay? So you have to look at, when you do something, you have to look at its effect and mitigate that effect. You have to limit that effect, right? You have to try to bring yourself to that point, right? If you felt more free, like I think some of you will agree, when we go on vacation, we feel so good. Now I get it, we're not on vacation, nobody, but you see how we feel on vacation? We need to bring that and keep that with us all the time. That's the way we are, right? That relaxed, that calm, You're now like with nothing in your hand, you feel free. And we need to bring that when we actually have the real thing in our hand to give us some sort of depth as to what we've done. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
But these are the benchmarks I do. So it's the same for a fist. When people make a fist, there's an unnecessary tension to the body with the fist. But if your hand can do all this, your fist should, when you make it, should also be just as light and be able to not burden you. In other words, when I close my hands, I shouldn't get angry. I should just be as happy as I was with my hand like this. You know, if I said, hey, everybody, and I make this, it's like, it shouldn't change me inside at all. I should, if I'm really okay with my fist and I'm happy, this didn't change, right? If I do this and say, hello, everybody, nothing changed, right? Not a thing changed inside me, right? Okay, so maybe too deep for a second. So now, when you do these extreme flamboyant moves, right? Now I want you to take the attitude of something a little bit more closer. So when you're out like this, it feels very free. But the closer that knife comes towards you, the more scary it feels, right? So if I'm here, I'm gonna show you, I'm standing up. So the closer the knife comes to my body, if it's out here, I feel one thing. When it comes really close to my face and my body, you can feel there's a little bit of tension, right? So what I want you to do now, stand up, hold your knife, and try to bring the knife as close as you possibly can to your body without touching it. And just try to notice how it changed you a little bit. Like it's a little bit more worrisome, right? When the knife comes closer, a little bit more worrisome. Like it's not like you sense a little bit more danger. You know, if I'm driving my car and I have plenty of room on the road, it's different in the traffic. Everybody's so close. It doesn't allow you to relax as much as you would like, right? The knife is way out here. It's one thing. When it comes close to the body, you know, it causes a little bit of tension and the body's not as comfortable. And just watch me here, guys. So this is, look at my chest, right? So I'm bringing the knife across my chest, right? This is one thing, but you can believe it. I feel the difference on one side to the other side. I can feel the difference. And as I start to go around my neck, I feel a difference too. As I point the knife towards that, I feel something. As I go towards my arm, it feels different too. As I go under here, like different parts of your body will sense the knife presence different. Try to see as you move the knife around your body, is one part more sensitive than the other? Like try to see if you can feel that. Ideally, guys, believe it or not, this is done better. Like, I don't want you to do it now, but at home, if you take your shirt off, like if you have just like minimal clothing, like shorts and a very light t-shirt, you feel the knife better than through heavy clothing, right? It's just because the knife has a different feeling, right?
Waiting for Ram to take his shirt off finally.
Ram, everybody's waiting for you to take your shirt off. There it is. That's it. Woo! It's a party now. Oh, there you go. Awesome, guys. Good. Come close. I'm sure you felt how your speed changed a little bit, right? Because you're closer to the body. You don't want to make a mistake. But you can do some interesting ones. Like I got mine here. So I got my knife on my chest and it's pointing up to my neck. Now there's a good distance, about 6 inches or so from it. And I feel it's not a good place, even though I know I'm not going to stab myself. This doesn't feel good, right? And the closer I bring it, I really don't feel good about it. Even though I know I'm not going to do this, something about this position, I feel, because this part of is nothing protecting this right now. Right? It's a vulnerability of the human. So put the knife on your chest just for a second, just sit calmly. Yeah, sit calmly. And put it at a good distance, like that you feel as comfortable as you could possibly be. And if when everything feels just right, bring it a little bit closer and see if you should feel something, guys. For me, I feel something completely here, right? Even though um, I'm not going to stab myself, but you can feel that this is a vulnerable spot, right? And then vice versa, you can do the same, right? For the guys, you hold the knife like you feel it with the handle towards you. And now I don't feel anything here at all. Like I feel like even resting my chin on the handle, right? But if you start to move it down a little bit, watch how it changes. As you get closer towards, your groin, it's like, okay, this is life and death. And now you start thinking about your family, right? This changes a little bit, right? And if you don't believe me, try this with some friends, good friends, and bring a knife towards their groin and watch what they'll say to you, and bring it to their neck and watch what they'll say to you. They won't be happy with you at all. Good. Now put the knife on the back of your wrist. Just like that, on the back of your wrist, right? You can kind of move it along the back. I mean, I feel something, but for me, not so clear. When I go to this part, I feel something totally different. And you should be able to feel the difference between up here. There's not as many blood vessels. I mean, it's dangerous, of course, but here it's very dangerous, right? You can feel how if I pass a knife by that part, it feels me like it's getting warm. But on the back, it's not nearly the same. It's not nearly the same. And the same with the shoulder, right? Like if you do the shoulder, the outside, and then you do it underneath, and you'll feel the same thing, right? You feel how, I don't want you to think about it. Remember the difference between thinking and feeling. You should feel like, yeah, it's not a memory of like, this is no good under the armpit. It feels like, same with the elbow and then the inside of the elbow, right? Like anything on the inside is very sensitive because it's not protected, right? It's just not protected. That's it. Good, guys. Awesome. So hold the knife in front of you. Look at it really good. So really look at your knife and kind of understand it quite well, whichever one you have. And when you feel like you've taken all the information you can out of this knife, I want you to close your eyes. Okay? Close your eyes and slowly start to trace your body without using your eyesight. Just trace your body with your eyes closed. Don't rush. Don't go fast. Go slow. You should make it a slow movement and be very aware. Bring lots, when you slow the speed down, it's nothing wrong, but bring lots of awareness. Like when you slow yourself down, you should pick up lots of details. Don't go slow and then pick up, don't go fast and ignore. Pick up lots of details now. Try to say, what's bothering me now? What is my left side, right side, front side, back side? Maybe faster you feel happier, but slower why did going slow upset you? Are you seeing something you don't want to see? Like is it something you don't want to feel? Try to dig what's happening to your body. Yeah, you can go all the way down to your legs, guys. You can trace the whole body. Remember, find your breathing. Awesome, guys. Good. Stop for a second. Good. Just Miro, do me a favor, okay? Grab with, see your lips, right? Grab your lips with your finger, two finger, no, like that, whatever, and kind of move, stretch them a little bit, move them a little bit, right? And then leave them for a second. Okay? Leave them for a second, and see how your mouth is now. Like, there's a little bit of a space, right? Like, make sure there's a little bit of a space. Don't. So small thing, guys, because I see lots of things, but I'm trying to, when the knife got close to you, right? Your lips were together quite tight. I know you can't see mine because of my beard, but it's like you're holding them tight, okay? And just a small observation. So when you were kind of scared, when the knife was close to you, right? You kept your mouth shut. And that you have to make, I don't know what role that plays in life for you, but as you get scared and as things go, be able to talk, okay? Be able to say something, okay? It doesn't mean it has to be right. Sometimes we have this problem sometimes, like it came hard to me, like as a teacher, I sometimes, did I see things the right way or didn't I see it the right way? When you were doing that, I saw your lips were too tight. They're held too tight. And that worries me because maybe you, in another, because fear is the same. Fear of a knife, fear of this, fear of that. It's all fear of death, fear of success. It's very similar, right? You got to make sure that when you're angry, and Lindsay, for sure you too as well, when you're angry or when you're sad or when you're scared, like, because scare has different types of emotions, right? You have to be able to say what's on your mind. This is important, right? So talking is going to be really important. So that's what's so important about when we discuss after class. If you can say something, that means you gave yourself permission to say something, right? So don't hold your lips too tight, okay? Tomorrow when, because it's tough. I'm in, sometimes, you know, if we think that we could speak freely, just we invite our father-in-law over and then you see, you can't really say everything that's on your mind, right? Yeah, why you, Rob's shaking his head, all the very good. Sometimes we can't say everything, I get it. But that cannot be the default. That can't be default. When we get upset, we should be able to talk, or when we feel a little scared, we should be able to say something, right? There's many times that, man, I'm freaking scared right now. Like, me too. The guy beside me, he can't even talk. He just says, me too, right? How do you feel, guys? We're such a huge topic. We barely scratched half my notes. Like, so much. We're gonna have to pick up on it in maybe a couple of weeks or a month down the road. I'll go deeper into the knife stuff. I need to leave it for now. What I explained to Miro, everybody does this, okay, guys, everybody. Not with the lips, in different parts. Some people, when they get upset, they get an ulcer. Some people, when they get upset, they clench their fist. Some people, when they get upset, they grind their teeth, right? Some people bite their nails. Some people close their lips, right? And it didn't matter what you didn't do. You have to just recognize it. And then all of a sudden tomorrow, when somebody's arguing with me, I realize my lips are stuck. I said, wait, no, screw you too. I start to say something, right? Or everybody does something different, right? It's really interesting how the body reacts to fear. It's very subtle and then it becomes major, right? I can see it in Lindsay now. I see what anger, what sadness, what does to people. And as soon as you know it, that's already the gateway. Okay, don't be scared to go down that road. Right? You have to go. Remember, guys, security and comfort. These things are sure ways to die. Okay, if you feel alive, right? Because you're on the edge. right? It's a good place to be. You'll feel more alive. Believe me, some of the crazy things I did in my life, I still remember them. I'm still alive. They bring me back to life. Some of the stuff we did, right? Especially as kids, some of the crazy stuff we did, right? Because we're free. Please understand that some of these edges have so much life if we explore them the right way, right? So please remember that, okay? And knife just accentuates this for us, okay? On Friday, I'm going to be recording a very interesting podcast that will explain this a little bit deeper, because I realize that I've uncovered a Pandora's box here of stuff for all of you. And I want to make sure that you have my full understanding as the angle I'm coming at it. It's not a right or wrong. It's what my life has taught me and what my training has taught me about how we need to see knife fighting. We need to see it a little bit different, okay? So thank you, guys. Been so good, so good. Enjoy everything, okay, guys? Enjoy.
Thanks, guys.
Send
Thanks,
me
Manny.
emails. Talk to me anytime. I'm here.
Thanks for the
Bye.
feedback.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. I will work on that. Thank you. It's a good point.
Bye, guys.
Thanks, Manny.
All
Bye.
the best, guys. Have a great one. See you soon.